Hey there, how's it going everybody? Dan here with plantabundance.com. It is Sunday, April 9th, 2017, and I'm back here once again in the backyard food forest to give you all an update, show you what's growing on. Fortunately, we had another great rain event bless us over the last week here in Northern California. Much needed rain, so it looks as if I won't have to do any type of watering for probably about a week. Gives me more time to do some cleanup, some pruning, and plant some new plants out here. The fruit trees are all looking wonderful. Here we've got an all-in-one almond tree, and we're going to get a little almond harvest this year. Pretty happy about that. You can see where the giant red hibiscus is now coming back, so even though we got down into the mid-20s over this last winter, it's still coming back, no problems there. Now I've knocked back a lot of this fava bean for the nitrogen fixation, and I'm leaving quite a few of these to harvest pods and collect more seed. One thing about the fava bean is that you can actually eat the leaves and the flowers as well, and the tips of these plants are very delicious. They taste like a fresh pea. This tree is looking a little bit sparse, but we're still getting some fruit setting on these trees. Florida King Peach. Quite a bit of fruits here. On this pineapple quince, virtually every flower produced a fruit. And this tree is young enough to where I'll probably end up pulling most of these off, but I don't know, we'll see. For right now, the tree's doing okay. You can see the limbs are a bit top heavy, which is causing them to droop, which is what I like to avoid in the earlier years. So here in the center of the garden, you can see I planted a lemongrass. I picked this up from the Asian market, rooted it in some water and planted it out, and it's coming to life. We got the pineapple guava, some comfrey, nice patch of Egyptian walking onions there. About to push out a new set of bulbets there on the top setting onion. The hugelkulturs are coming to life. I'm still letting the new plantings grow in a little bit before I put a top layer of wood chips. But we've got some ground cherry here. We've got more barrage and comfrey and mugwort. We've got some merit collards, tomato, ceanothus. Of course, we got the fava bean. And there's a cayenne pepper plant growing in there. You can see the fava bean is also producing these young pods, which are nice and tasty at this point. You can eat these raw. Nice and watery. So this here is where my Moringa tree, my perennial Moringa, has come back over the last few years. So I'm hoping it does that once again. Right now it's just a stump. Last year it re-emerged in June, so that's when I'm expecting to see it come back. But this hugelkultur, which is the oldest hugel out of them all, is doing extremely well. It's accepted the transplants with no problem. The wisteria flowers have mostly dropped, and the foliage is really pushed out quite a bit. Very beautiful. Got some other perennial flowers around here. And I'm happy to report the Avocado tree has survived our mid-20s winter freezes and has come back and is looking very healthy. Over here we got the cardone, and it's doing very well. Beautiful plant. And this hugelkultur over here is also doing very well. We've got potatoes, ashitaba, merit collards, barrage, ground cherry, kabocha squash, tomato, nasturtium, walking onions, all sorts of things growing on this mound. The aronia berries are coming back to life. Looking forward to getting a decent berry harvest this year, hopefully. And the merit collard has continued to push out some new growth, coming back strong. And just below this merit collard, I've got a barrage plant with these edible beautiful blue flowers that taste kind of like a cucumber. Happy to report we got a nice little family of birds that have taken habitat in this birdhouse here. The avocado tree, which had lost all of its foliage during the winter, is now coming back to life. I did a little bit of pruning on the tips of many of the branches that had died, and now it's coming back looking nice and healthy. So here are my buckets of Jerusalem artichoke I collected last year. Would have been nice to get these in the ground about a week ago, but no matter. I'm going to dump these out, show you what we got, and establish a patch out here. Look at that. Gonna get all those planted in the ground.